Alright guys, another Q&A day. Welcome back to the barn. I'm Chris. If you're not familiar with the channel, we do live shows and I do what sold videos and stuff. But this playlist that we have is specifically made for a Facebook group that I'm part of called eBay for Beginners. I joined that group to try and help some people out with questions that they may have about eBay. I'm not an expert. I've only been doing this since 2018, so it's only what, 5 years. So I don't know everything, but I do know a whole lot, and I've made a lot of mistakes along the way and learned from those mistakes. So the channel is really here to help others learn from my mistakes so that they don't make the same mistakes I did. So let's get right into the question of the day. It says, I have heard a lot about promoting your items. What does this cost and how does it work? All right. So with promotions, cost depends on a percentage. The lowest percentage you can promote an item is at 2%. The highest you can do is 25%. A lot of people frown upon promotions because they think eBay is just wanting to get more money out of you. Well, yes, you're paying for a service with eBay. I want you guys to think about this as we're talking along about these certain levels of promotion. If you promote an item at 2%, and you're just starting out, your seller fees already are probably about 13.4%, somewhere around there, maybe a little bit less, maybe even 12.3%, depending on what items you're selling. So if you're promoting at 2%, the most fees you're going to pay total is 16% on the item. If you sell on Macari, you don't pay any fees. We'll just go ahead and cut that one out right now. You pay absolutely no fees if you sell on Macari. Number two, if you sell on Poshmark, you pay a 20% flat fee no matter what, and now you can actually promote your items on Poshmark also, so then there's an extra fee on top of 20%. So it is possible to have lesser fees on eBay than it is on Poshmark. So with that said, let's talk about the different promotions. The first one I want to talk about, I don't use this one. I don't know a whole lot about it. I have read a little bit about it. I steer away from it. It's called promoting listing advance. From my understanding, I could be wrong. Correct me in the comments if I am wrong. But from my understanding, with this particular promotion, you pay with each click someone views your item. That's from my understanding. I could be completely wrong on that. I steer away from it because I don't understand how that one works. I would not recommend anyone that is new to eBay to use this one either. I believe this one's set up for those bigger businesses on eBay that has like 1 million items in their store. But the one I do use is called Promoting Listing Standards. I use the simple, easy setup where I can control my ad rates. So there's two different options on this simple setup. The first one is a dynamic ad rate. That's the one that I use. So with the dynamic ad rate, you can cap the percentage you want to use. Like I use 15%. Everything I promote is at 15%, with exceptions on certain categories or certain items. And we'll discuss that here in a little while. So as I was going through editing the video, I realized that I did not tell you the exceptions on promotions. So the first one that should be very obvious is there's no need to promote an item that has a higher sell-through rate. For my business and for my eBay store, I normally do not promote items that have a 50% and above sell-through rate. I usually wait a while if they need to be promoted, but if it's a one-off, I will not promote that. But if my items are 50% and above, they should sell without a promotion within the month, maybe 2 months. If they haven't, then I will promote that item. So with dynamic ad rate, meaning you promote the item, you set your own cap to where that promotion will not go over that certain percentage. In my case, is 15%. Each day that item may be promoted at a different percentage. Like one day it may be 11.2. The next day it may be 6.5. It may go as down as 3. It may go up as 8. You know, it could go up at my cap at 15%. It can alternate each day. Whenever that item sells, on the day that it sells, whatever the ad rate is there, that's what you will pay. But you will never pay above your cap that you pay on. All right, so I hope you guys understand what I mean when I say that. So that's the dynamic ad rate. It just fluctuates daily, but never goes above your cap. All right, the next one is called a fixed ad rate. This one here, the lowest you can do is, again, 2%. This fixed ad rate, whatever you set your ad rate at, whatever percentage you set your ad rate at, that's where it will stay at until the item sells. It will not go any higher, it will not go any lower. Do not recommend taking a bulk items like 20, 30, 40, 50 items and lowering the percentage all at the same time. I do not recommend doing that. If you're gonna lower a percentage, I would do it gradually. And when I say lower, yes, with this fixed ad rate, you can change the percentage anytime you want. And you can also change it on dynamic. You just have to go in and remove the listing from the dynamic ad rate promotion, because it's a whole different campaign. So you just have to go into your marketing area and remove that item from there. And then maybe if you want to add it to a fixed ad rate, then add it to a fixed ad rate. But for new beginners, if you're really just getting started out and you're 6 months or less in the eBay, I would recommend using fixed ad rate. That way you can get yourself familiar how the ad rates work, how the payments work, and how an item is promoted. Now, as far as payment, you sell an item for $10 at a 10% ad rate. You're going to pay $1 when that item sells. This is a different fee than eBay's fees. So if that item has eBay's fees is 12.5%, you have a 10% ad rate on it, you're now paying 22.5% on your item. Keep that in mind. That's the promotions. If I wasn't clear on anything, you still have questions, please leave a question in a comment below and I'll be more than happy to answer it there. Please remember, every Thursday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, here at the barn, we have a show called Picking and Grinning with Brad and I. We sit around and we talk of anything reselling. We answer questions that come through. We are live on Facebook and YouTube on the Facebook page of Buck Mountain Barn. Also, we do have special guests that come on occasionally. We have our guests are very experienced resellers, very experienced with eBay, so they can also help answer the questions you guys have. I hope this video was educational for you. I hope you've learned something from this. I hope this helped the person that asked the question out. I hope this was very useful for you. Other than that, guys, we'll see you on the next Q&A. Have a great day.